Flying the White House, the story of Air Force One. They call it the Flying White House, a symbol of power, prestige, and presidential mobility. For decades, when the President of the United States boards a specially equipped aircraft, the call sign becomes Air Force One. But its story goes far deeper than just a logo and a livery. It's about technology, diplomacy, defense, an airborne extension of American leadership. Join us as we trace its origins from prop engine transports to the modern VC-25A. We examine the engineering marvels inside, and we explore what it means to fly the world's most famous aircraft. This is Flying the White House, the story of Air Force One. The origins. The concept of a dedicated presidential aircraft stretches back to the 1940s. In 1945, President Franklin D. Roosevelt traveled aboard a modified Douglas C-54 Skymaster, designated VC-54C, nicknamed the Sacred Cow. Soon after, the call sign Air Force One was born, when an aircraft carrying the president shared an ATC call sign with a commercial flight. Controllers realized the risk of confusion and created a unique identifier. Through the 1950s and 60s, the fleet evolved. Propeller planes gave way to jets such as the Boeing 707 variants, VC-137AC, under President John F. Kennedy. With the Cold War in full swing, the need for a secure airborne mobile command center became a strategic imperative. The jet age revolution. In the early 1960s, the presidential aircraft entered its jet age era in earnest. The Boeing 707 derivatives gave the president the speed, range, and communications capability previously unheard of. One of the most historic was SAM 26000 VC-137C, the plane that carried President Kennedy to the Rice University speech in 1962 and President Lyndon B. Johnson after Kennedy's assassination. These aircraft weren't just transporters. They were flying offices, mobile command posts, projecting U.S. leadership across continents. The narrative emphasizes how the role of the presidential aircraft transcended travel. It became a diplomatic tool. Enter the jumbo VC-25A era. By the late 1980s, the demands on the presidential aircraft grew larger passenger loads, global reach, advanced secure communications, and defensive systems. Enter the Boeing 747-based VC-25A, tail numbers 28,000 and 29,000, introduced in 1990 under President George H.W. Bush. The VC-25A is more than a jumbo jet. Its interior spans roughly 4,000 square feet, houses a presidential suite, conference room, extensive communications gear, and medical facilities. With in-flight refueling capability, the aircraft can stay aloft indefinitely, circling the globe if necessary. Inside, you find a dining room, a working office, a secure situation room, even a full medical suite. It's the president's mobile fortress in the sky. Technical marvels and defensive systems. The VC-25A is equipped with state-of-the-art systems, missile defense sensors, encrypted communications, protection against electromagnetic pulse (EMP), and a resilient infrastructure to ensure the president stays connected in any scenario. Ballistic glass windows, armor plating, redundant systems, though many details remain classified. The interior communications suite alone boasts dozens of secure phone lines and multi-frequency radios. Analysts describe it as the safest, and at the same time most heavily guarded, aircraft in the sky. The president can conduct full government operations while airborne. When the president boards, the call sign switches to Air Force One. The mission begins. Symbolism and diplomacy. More than its mechanical attributes, Air Force One serves as a symbol. The blue-white livery, the stars and stripes, and the sight of the jumbo touching down in foreign capitals communicate American power, presence, and continuity. It has carried presidents into war zones, onto aircraft carriers, through diplomatic summits, and across the globe. Every time it lands, a message is sent: America is present. From Berlin to Beijing, from wartime visits to peace talks, it has been the backdrop of statecraft in motion. Challenges and the future. But the story isn't static. Maintaining two aging VC-25s has proved expensive and complex. The Boeing Company contract for the next-generation VC-25B aircraft, based on the 747-8, has faced delays, cost overruns, and technical hurdles. The future aircraft will need to meet even higher standards: enhanced stealth, cybersecurity resilience, and environmental considerations. In parallel, changes in global travel, security threats, and presidential mission profiles will shape the next chapter of this iconic aircraft. Can the next Air Force One continue to be a symbol of awe in an evolving age of aviation and geopolitics? Only time will tell. Legacy and impact. As we reflect on decades of presidential flight, one message stands clear: Air Force One is not simply a plane. It's a mobile embodiment of American leadership, decision-making, and mobility. From humble beginnings in the propeller era to today's airborne command centers, its evolution mirrors the trajectory of American power. When the president steps aboard and the engines roar, it's not just a journey, it's a mission in the sky. Whether on a short domestic hop or a strategic overseas visit, Air Force One remains one of the most recognizable aircraft in the world. In an age of instant global reach, the flying White House continues to shape diplomacy, defend continuity, and project presence wherever the president must go. And so the engines roar, the wheels retract, and America flies on.